Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I've been starting to see all of the 2019 favorite videos come out and I love watching those. And it got me thinking, what are my favorites from 2019? And so I've come up with 5 skincare and 5, well maybe 6 makeup products that have been my tried and true or a game changer for me this year. So if you're interested in seeing what those are, just stay tuned. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with skincare. First one I've got for you is from Paula's Choice. It's from their Resist line and it's their Hydrating Cleanser. And it says silky lotion, gently removes makeup impurities, replenishes skin protective barrier. Love this because it cleanses without stripping my skin. I've had cleansers before that, left that really squeaky clean feeling, but it stripped my skin, and what that did was it dried it out and it caused it to actually produce more oil throughout the day, which was uncomfortable. So I had that kind of dry and oily feeling to my skin, which almost didn't make sense until I figured out it was my cleanser. So again, have used this for years, so this would definitely fall in my tried and true category. Will continue to use it for years. I've got a couple of other ones that I like as well, but this is definitely holy grail status for me and will always be in my bathroom. So first one, Paula's Choice. Second product I have for you is from Drunk Elephant, and it's their TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum, and it's a 12% AHA and BHA blend. This is an exfoliator for your face, but it's not a physical one, so it doesn't have scrubby particles that are harsh on your skin. And it's a chemical exfoliator. And when I first used it, gosh, it was over a year ago, it was a little stronger than I could handle, so I just used it like once a week. And what I noticed was the texture of my skin and how smooth it was, so it was really getting rid of all that dead skin, those dead skin cells. Now I use it probably 3 times a week, and that seems to be kind of the happy medium for me. But love it, would definitely suggest it. I grabbed this at Sephora or from the Drunk Elephant website. The next product is really a combination of 2 products. This one here, ZO Skin Health, and it is Pigment Control Blending Cream. It's 4% hydroquinone. So I have got, or had, so you can see a little almost mole that I've got right here. But from that, I had these brown patches of melasma, and I had them on both of my cheeks, had them on my jawline, and so I got this from my dermatologist office and was using it religiously for, gosh, it took a good probably 8 to 10 weeks for me to really notice the difference, like, with a bare face. So I had used a hydroquinone product in the past, but I had just used it on its own, and I didn't see quite the results. But when I started mixing that Obagi one with a tretinoin is really when the results started to kick in. So not only am I a fan of tretinoin, I'm a fan of this particular brand, I guess, of tretinoin, because I have tried some in the past, and I would try them just for a couple of days and then I would have to stop because it just felt like it was eating my skin up. My skin was just too delicate, too sensitive for it. This one, I don't know what the difference is, if it's at the base that it's in. I know some of them are in an alcohol base, so that could be irritating for your skin. So I don't know what the difference is, but this one is more gentle. Now I still had to work up a little bit. I'm only using this probably twice a week as it is, but I've noticed that if I use it consistently, I can do that, and the redness and the irritation that I was typically getting is much less, if not none. So I highly recommend that if this is something that you're interested in, that you talk to your dermatologist about it, because again, I'm certainly not trying to come across as being a dermatologist or anybody licensed or professional to know what you should do with your skin. I'm just sharing with you what's worked for mine. So, all right, tretinoin. Now, the last skincare item that I have for you is really kind of a skincare accessory, if you will, and it is this right here, and these are the Shiseido facial cotton wipes. And I love, these are like angel kisses on your face. I love them. So this is an unopened package that I just happened to pull out so you could see it. This is what they look like. They're about the size of your palm. They are the softest cotton pad that I have ever used. Now I know some people will say, oh, but they're so expensive. They're so expensive. And I mean, so it's $12 for this. You get 165 of these squares in there. So I use one a day. I use it when I take off my eye makeup. So I put a little eye makeup remover, do this side, flip it over and do this side. So one a day. There are 165 of them in there. That's going to last me over 5 months. Well, let's just call it 5 months. And I also get them when Ulta has their 20% off. So if they're usually $12, then that takes a couple of dollars off. So they're a little bit under $10. For 5 months, a couple of dollars a month, I'm more than happy to do that because they are so gentle on my eyes and they just feel heavenly. So I highly recommend those if it's something that you've never tried before. So those are my skincare. Now let's move on to makeup. So my top 5, now this doesn't mean I don't love other things or I don't have other favorites, but these were just the top 5 that I thought really stood out to me this year. Like I couldn't quit grabbing them or they really fixed a problem that I had. So the first one, it seems so boring, but it's this eyeshadow, but you can tell I've hit pan, so I certainly love it. And it is, I'll never be able to get that to where you can see it, right? But it's Warm Taupe by Anastasia, and this is their single. And it's just the perfect crease color. It's called Warm Taupe, but it's not super warm, and it's just sort of a neutral brown color that just gives me the most perfectly defined crease shadow without it being too warm or too dark. So I love that. If that color sounds familiar to you, you may already have it if you happen to have the Modern Renaissance palette. So it is actually right here in the Modern Renaissance palette. So there you go. You may already have that one. If not, you can grab the single if you don't want the whole palette. All right, the next one I have is really kind of a duo, so maybe you'll let me count this one as one. And it is this Chanel lip liner in the color 05 Nude. And the reason I like this, I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and I have tried lip liners, and most of the nude ones tended to be more brown than pink. But this one, and you can see it's just an old school kind of pencil, so yeah, you do have to sharpen it. It comes with a sharpener. It also has a little lip brush on the end of it there. But I love it. Let me see if I can maybe get you a little swatch here. I love it because now that look may be a hair darker than it is in person. But it's just a pretty mauvey pink, which is a little bit darker than my lips. So it's kind of my lips but better color. I am definitely on the search for a cheaper one, because you know Chanel is probably not on the cheap end of lip liners. So if you know a good kind of mauvey one that might look similar to that, please let me know. All right, so the reason I call it a duo is I love it with this lipstick, and this lipstick is MAC Faux. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the camera to focus. It'd help if I had it right side up. But F-A-U-X is how you spell it. So let me just swatch it. So I've swatched it, and you've got the lip liner and then lipstick. And so yeah, the lip liner is a little bit darker, but it's what I have on right now. So once you put it on, you know, and put your lips together, it's not like you've got that 1980s dark line lip. It's just such a pretty natural color. So love those. All right, my third makeup favorite is from Tarte, and it's a blush called Party, P-A-A-R-T-Y. And again, are you seeing kind of a theme with these mauvey pink kind of colors? But it is just the prettiest, you know, wash of color on your cheeks. See if I can get it to show up here for you. See, it's just nice and natural wear with anything. Just perfect. This, I actually got my first one with Sephora's birthday gift a couple of years ago. They gave away one of the little ones and fell in love with it and purchased the big one and love it, used it constantly. All right, number 4 for makeup favorites, I have my mascara makeup. You knew it was coming. It's been such a game changer for me this year, especially the highlight and contour sort of concept in it. I've got a couple of videos on that already. Certainly happy to answer any questions about it. But I started using it. It was close to the end of September that I did my order, so it was end of September, 1st of October. And I have not picked up another foundation or concealer or corrector, really any complexion product since I got it. And haven't wanted to, just because I've loved this on my face. So you've heard my love for it, and you will continue to hear my love for it even more. All right, and last but certainly not least, I have a product and a technique So the product is this right here, and it is the Wayne Goss, and I believe it's his number 8 pencil. So there it is. Again, I'll work on figuring out how to get that to focus, because I know everybody else does. So anyway, I'll work on getting that to focus. But it is tiny, so let me see if I can give you any, inclination as to how small it is. There's it up against a MAC lipstick, so you can see how small that is. Maybe let me try it up against a lip liner, so you can see that it is really, really tiny and really skinny in comparison. What this is so perfect for is lining the eye. So I have hooded eyes, and if I use a regular eyeliner up here, like a pencil liner, then it takes up that valuable real estate and you see less and less of what I've done. So what I love is using this with a black eyeshadow of any, like this is a MAC, this is their one in Carbon, which is a cult favorite, but I just use any black. So if I've got a black in the palette that I'm already using, and I just take it and dip in, and then I just get, and I've already got some on, but just put a little more on so you can see. I just get right there at the lash line, and it fills it in without really taking up any space. So for me, that's perfect. And I also know, I've heard so many things saying, as you mature and as you age, that you should not wear black eyeliner. And I fell into that category for a long time. So I was buying these browns and blues and all of this, but nothing seems to give me that punch or that pop like black does. So it works, or at least I like it. So I'm going to continue to wear it. But this right here has been the game changer that's let me, line my eyes and it not be real thick and real heavy. So anyway, so those were my top 5 skincare, my top 5 makeup. Let me know below if you've used any of these, or if you've got other favorites. Would love to hear what you've been loving using this year. So if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.